Just like it says on the thumbnail, today we'll be talking about 10 types of toxic parents. I know that I've not done any video like after the entertainer tone video, and that's because I've been a bit busy on TikTok. So if you want to see what I've been up to, my link is in my bio, and it's going to be easy for you to see what I've been up to in TikTok. You could just click and take you right there. It's very imperative to know that being a toxic parent can negatively affect our children. And I know many of us say, oh, I'm going to be a better parent than my parents have ever been, or I'll be way better than they were. But you know what they say, it's easier said than done. It's a good thought actually, but it's actually easier said than done. So in this video, we're talking about how being toxic can affect your child's life even when they become adults. And I want us to know that being toxic just has a very thin line to being abusive. So toxic and abuse go line in line. Toxic and being abusive goes line in line. And here with me today on this channel, I have somebody. Yes, I have somebody who's going to say a word on two. Then we will go right into the video and we will get more value. So let's see what she has to tell us and what she would have to offer. Let's check it out. Welcome, Desire. I am so happy that you'll be sharing your thoughts on how close toxic is to being abusive. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me on your channel. I wouldn't want to speak much on this. I wouldn't want to speak much on this topic because I know you do a lot of justice to it. But what I have to say is, as a person, whatever traits you have already, whatever character, whatever attitude you already have in you, those are what will control you as a person. There's no other way around this. If you become a parent, if you become married, whatever traits you have already will be what you would have to offer because it's who you are already. Are you trying to tell us that whatever traits I have as a person will be what will control every aspect, like what will control every aspect of my life? Yeah, exactly. So even if you're a boss, yes, even if you're a boss, even if you're a mother, even if you're a father, even if you're a friend, the traits you have would be what will control you, what will control your life. Yes, exactly. Wow, this is very beautiful. So what is your advice to everybody watching this channel? What's your advice? My advice is going to be on a parable, okay? And it says, when you do not know the cause of an ailment, you cannot cure it. So when you do not know what you're struggling with, when you do not know what you have to work on what exactly the problem is, you can definitely not solve it. So you have to pay attention to know what your issue is, and then you try to solve it. You try to work on it. You try to be intentional about changing that side of you. Thank you so much for your word of wisdom, and I hope we'll have you on this channel again. Thank you very much for having me in your channel, and definitely I'll be here again. Yeah, bye. Okay, welcome back, guys, and that was a very good advice from Desire. We hope to have you next time again on our channel. So guys, let's go deep down. We have 10 types of toxic parents. Probably there are more, but while doing my research, I could only come up with 10. We have the narcissistic parenting, we have the permissive parenting, we have the passive parenting, we have the lawnmower parenting, the angry bird parenting, or the explosive parents who leave through their children. We have the tiger parenting, helicopter parents. So these are the 10 that I could come up with, and let's go down into what they are, who they are, and how they can affect their children. The first one on our list to be the narcissistic parents. Now, narcissistic parents are usually manipulative, exploitive, and they invalidate your feelings, and that's because of their self-obsession. The narcissistic parent would never do anything for their child that does not involve their own interests. The children usually hide in the shadow of their parents. If they're taking you to this school, it's because of they want people to say, oh, their kids are in the school. They usually do not look towards your interests to do whatever they want to do for you. They usually do not have time to make you feel good about yourself or tell you that you're trying or not. They are usually always thinking about themselves. They come first. They are always important. They are always on top of everything. You as a child usually will come as the last. in their options. Effects of having a narcissistic parent is that usually you will have self-doubt, low self-esteem, and feel like you're never good enough. That's because they make you feel like you're never good enough because they will never validate you or be there for you because they don't have that much time to be there for you when they are not yet there for themselves. So if you know that you were under this type of umbrella, you need to really go for therapy. You need to take yourself through therapy. Tell yourself you're good enough. Tell yourself you're worthy. Tell yourself that you are better than what they must have told you that you are. Now, the next be parents who feel they have a second life through their children. Now, these parents often will tell their children the kind of clothes they want them to do, what they want them to wear. They're not doing this out of a place of love, but they're doing it out of, oh, this is how I would have been, and since I didn't have the opportunity to be this, you have to be this for me. And children who grow in such kind of a parenting system grow up not to have their own opinion. They grow up not to see or like stuff on their own. They will always need their parents' approval to live life and feel life. That can be really frustrating. The next is going to be the dismissive parents. Now, these parents do not have time to give you love. They do not have time to care for you. They do not have time to validate you. And we know that as children, our parents are people that they're like our idols, like our mini gods here on earth. So we would want them to validate us or tell us we're trying one way or the other. But when you're living under a dismissive parent, they always feel like you're a body. They don't have the time to make you feel good about yourself. They are never available emotionally. They are usually very busy and they don't have time to see the important events in your life or even be part of the important events in your life. They are always so busy that they don't have time. They do not have time to take care of you, and then they are always angry and annoyed. And most times you feel like it's because of you they are angry and annoyed. And children who grow up in this type of environment will always grow up feeling like they are inconveniencing people. They will never want to ask you for anything. Feel rejected most of the time. So having a no from somebody can be very traumatizing for them because they're used to having no's. The next on the list would be the passive parent. Yes, the passive parents. This type of parents do not stand up for their children, do not speak up for their children. They will never stand up for you in public because they are scared of confrontation. They are always living in denial. Most of the times, they're not really doing that because they do not care for you. But the child will have this message as though these parents do not care for them because they will never ever stand up for you. And these children would always have to compete to always be seen and heard because they feel like most of the time they are being intimidated, and this can be really unhealthy. Someone is actually looking forward to intimidate them, but since they're always in an environment where they feel like nobody stands up or speak up for them, and they always do that themselves, they always feel like anyone coming over is coming to attack them, and this can affect you a whole lot. Let's talk about the explosive parents. I call them the angry birds. Now, these parents easily get provoked. They easily get angry. They are hypersensitive and oversensitive. Little things get them offended. Breaking the cup can make them lose their cool. Those type of parents make their children live life fearfully because children who grow up with angry bird parents or over explosive parents, they tend up to live life fearfully. They're always scared of offending the next person, and of course they will not be able to air their opinion because they don't want you to get angry. They don't want to be the reason why you're angry. They've always been in a space of anger, a space of outburst. They are always so cautious not to overstep boundaries or air their opinion because they feel it's going to make somebody crazy. But you know the truth, sometimes you should be able to say your opinion about stuff. Yeah, politely, but you should be able to say your opinion about stuff because if you're always scared of saying how you feel, the world will step on you like trash. So when you're in that type of environment, you really need to work on your mind because you cannot be fearful about every single thing. So parents, if you're doing this, calm down. When your child comes to approach you for something, listen, first of all, you can definitely correct, but don't just start shouting and be so angry, tearing down the roof. And there's this code of saying African parenting need to be violent and need to shout. Well, no, my parents are not like that. They wait to hear you talk, and when you're done talking, if you're still wrong, they'll tell you you're still wrong. Now give the child the opportunity to speak. You don't have to always row. And that will lead us to the next, the tiger parent. Now, the tiger parents are the type who are usually domineering and they are perfectionists. You have no time for fun or relaxation when it comes to them. You have to have a to-do list all the days of your life and you have to be moving around the clock. You don't have to sleep much, because if you sleep, you definitely fail. They don't have time for failure. So know that once you fail, you are dead. And when you're in this type of environment, you would not know how to embrace failure. Yeah, so people feel failure is the worst thing that can happen to a man in his life, but not actually. There are a lot of things you can actually learn out of failure. So, like a wise man once said, it's not you failing, it's you starting over again with a better experience. But when you're around parents who are tigers and who are perfectionists, who are domineering, who are controlling, and they believe that once you fail, you're doomed, you would grow up with a very unhealthy mindset. You will not know how to relax and have fun once in a while. You will not know how to pat yourself on the back and say, "Oh, I've tried. This time I'm going again," but I've actually tried. All the days of your life, you'll be living in instant pressure because you have this belief that you need to know everything, you need to have everything, you need to be everything because your parents told you that you always have to be the best. Growing up like this, being an adult like this, is definitely going to ruin your life. So take a chill pill and try to process. Okay, what they also call the parentifying parents, which are the parents who need parenting. Now, if you found yourself in this type of situation, you'd realize that you always have this instant need to always take care of people because you feel that's what it means to show love. They believe that they have to take care of everybody around them because their parents make them do both the physical and emotional services. They have to provide for their parents physically, they have to provide for them emotionally, and even sometimes spiritually. And you grow up as an adult believing that you have to take care of somebody. And even when you're in toxic relationship, when somebody is literally draining you, you feel it's normal because yes, you have to give in a relationship, you have to be there for people. That's what it means to be loved. No, 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 no. Giving is love, but giving is love in both ways. So you cannot just be giving and giving and giving and be drained and no one is taking care of you because even you would not have the time to take care of yourself because you believe putting others before you makes you a good person. That's toxic. You need to also take care of yourself. So if you were in this type of environment, retrace yourself back and realize that self-love is important. The Bible even said, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So come on, give yourself some love. You need it. Next is going to be the helicopter parent. I'm going to dwell a little bit on this because I know that here in Africa, our parents, most of our parents, especially our mothers, believe that this is the best way to train a child. But I'm here with all due respect to tell you otherwise. Now, as an helicopter parent, what do they do? Like the name signifies helicopter. They hover, like they are always around their children. They are in their business, they are in their school, they are in their life, they are in everything that concerns their children. And they shield them from disappointment and failure. They are always in their life. They are overly overprotective. I think that's the word. Overly overprotective. They don't give boundaries. They make sure they drop you at school, they pick you back from school, they take you to church, they pick you back from church, take you to market. They are everywhere in your life, always in your business. Like they don't even allow you to go out. They don't allow you to go out. Now, they might not be doing that because they want to be toxic, but they are doing that because they care and they feel like that's the best way to shield you from problems. But now this is how it affects your children. And you that is not yet married and you don't have kids yet, this is how it's going to affect your children. It is what you intend to do. Your kids wouldn't know how to set boundaries because they don't know what it means to have boundaries. I'm not saying you should not pay attention to the life of your child. I'm not saying you should not check up on them and know what you're up to. You can do that, but not allowing your 18-year-old child to go to the market and back. Not allowing your 20-year-old son to go visit a friend and come back. It's destroying their life because they wouldn't know how to stand up and be committed to stuff because they have you always doing it. They have their mommy and their daddy always watching over them. And when they grow up, they wouldn't know how to set boundaries. They wouldn't know what it means to have boundaries. They don't know what it means to have privacy. And most of the times when most of them have suicidal attempts because they don't know what it means to have failure. You've never allowed them have failure. Come on, you've never allowed them feel disappointment alone when they're about to fail in class or they're about to have a carryover in school. Instead of you to tell them to read and become better people, you sort out their lecturers so they don't know what it feels like to have pain. Now, when they become adults and they start having lifetime challenges, the only answer they have at that point is suicide or depression, because they don't know what it means to be in that space. They've always had mommy doing it. For the first time you don't do it, it's like something is wrong in their life. Sometimes when they even have freedom, they misbehave. And you're doing that out of love, yes, I get. You're doing that because you feel it's the best way to care for them. But when they start facing the challenges of life when you're not there to help, they would want to go mental. So if you know you had this type of parenting, or you're currently giving your child this type of parenting, the first one, if you have this type of parenting, please, you have to detach yourself a bit from your parents, not leave them, but learn how to make your decisions, all right? Not bad decisions, okay? Don't get me wrong. If you're giving your children this type of training, just so you know, when you're no longer available, they'll not be able to stand life alone. They would always need somebody to walk them through every situation. The best thing you have to let them understand is that nobody got their back as much as they do. They are the only true homies they have. God and them. Please, if you're a parent doing that, snap out of it. And if you were trained that way, you have to learn how to make real life decisions, all right? You know what is good and you know what is not good. So you do what's good and do not do what's not good. Yeah, that's on period. The lawnmower parents are just like the helicopter parents. Well, the lawnmower parents are even a bit more extreme. The helicopter parents can tell you, okay, you should do this because this, that. But the lawnmower parents to bring it out and say, this is what you're doing, this is what you have to do. They're not even asking you. You just have to do it because they feel it's gonna save you from risk and insecurities. Now, psychology has proven that the normal parents are people who have this feeling that they are not enough and they're not doing good as parents. So they feel the way they can do good and be a better parent is by being there for you whenever, however you want it. A lot of parents can basically know that their child committed murder and clean it all up like nothing happened. Now, children that have learned moral parents would definitely suffer the same thing the helicopter children would suffer, but they'll suffer worse. Worse. Alright? So just know that lawnmower and helicopter parenting are very, very close. But lawnmower parenting is even more extreme than the helicopter parenting, and that's on period. Okay, guys, so you know the saying that too much of everything is bad. Yeah, permissive parenting. Now, these parents are more like buddies and friends than parents. They set no limitation, they set no boundaries, they set no rules. They are like, oh, yes, you can do that. Oh, yes, you can go there. Oh, yes, you can do that. Oh, yes, you can go there. That's all they know how to do. They are very loving and extremely caring. They are different from the tiger parenting, they're different from the explosive parenting, they're different from the lawnmower and the helicopter parenting. Nah, that's not them. They are the I'm cool with you going to club by 8 and coming back in the next 5 days. They do not care. I'm cool, you're not going to church at all. It's your choice, bro. Do what you want. Now, when we say too much of everything is bad, it's true. I know we'll be like, there, which one do you want us to do? Now, I'm just telling you, there has to be a balance. These people do not care if you come back home with 10 guys and they can sleep in the house. They are cool with it. That's not good. For real. As a parent, you are a parent. You are there to guide, you're there to protect, you're there to encourage, you're there to instruct. So when you become a friend, I'm not saying you should not become a friend to your children, but when you become a friend instead of a parent, it becomes toxic. Yeah, you have to set the standards and the principles. You can't just tell yes to everything your child says. Even God doesn't give us yes to everything we ask for. How much more you? He said the children, they're not yours. You're only caretakers to the children. So you have to take care of God's children the way He will take care of them. And He gives rules and regulations, so you cannot say yes to everything. So please do not be a toxic parent. Do not be abusive. Do not be toxic. It's not good at all. Yeah, this is the end of this video, and I hope you learned one or two from it. So yes, my conclusion will be that I know you'll be thinking, what am I supposed to do exactly if almost everything is wrong? Now, like I said, earlier, I said too much of everything is bad. So try to create moderation, be balanced. All right. So as a parent, you should know that you have to train your children godly. Yeah, you have to train them godly. You have to give them the principles, the morals. You have to let them understand that life is not a bed of roses. Even if you're from a wealthy family, let them know that this is not how it is for everybody all over the world. They don't have to be abusive. They don't have to be disrespectful. They don't have to be proud and stuff like that. So you just have to create a balance. And you should know that you cannot be a parent without God helping you, because parenting is a ministry on its own. So if you feel, when God said, before you came into the world, I knew you and I ordained you a prophet, don't really feel all of us have to go stand on the pulpit and preach and stuff like that. No. He gave us a ministry of parenting. Most of us, I'm sounding like I'm already a mother. Well, I have a lot of younger ones. He gave us the ministry of parenting. So once you're a mother, once you're a father, you are called and you're ordained to be a prophet, because you have to be the one to lead your children to Christ. You have to be the one to teach them the good things. That's why they said charity begins at home. And I hope to see you on my next video. Please give me a thumbs up, turn on your notification button, and subscribe if you have not. I love you. Bye.